How can athletes recognize cognitive distortions in their self-talk? Imagine you're in the middle of a game and suddenly your mind is racing with negative thoughts. You might think, I always mess up when it counts, or there's no way I can win. These kinds of thoughts are common, but they can really hold you back. Recognizing cognitive distortions in your self-talk is a key step in improving your mental game. First, pay close attention to what you tell yourself during practice or competition. Notice if your thoughts are overly negative or exaggerated. These automatic thoughts often pop up without you realizing and can influence your feelings and actions. For example, if you think, if I don't perform perfectly, I'm a failure, that's a sign of all-or-nothing thinking. Learn to spot common thinking traps. These include catastrophizing, where you imagine the worst possible outcome, overgeneralization, where one mistake makes you believe everything is wrong, personalization, blaming yourself for things beyond your control, and should statements, which set rigid rules that lead to frustration. Recognizing these patterns is easier once you know what to look for. Next, reflect on how these thoughts make you feel. Do they cause anxiety, anger, or self-doubt? These emotional responses often point to distorted thinking. If thinking, I am terrible at this, makes you feel hopeless, it's a sign your self-talk is not based on facts. Challenge your thoughts by asking yourself if they are true. Are they based on evidence or just assumptions? For example, if you think, I will never improve, ask yourself, have I improved before? What evidence do I have that I can't get better? This helps you see if your thoughts are irrational or exaggerated. Another helpful tip is to imagine giving advice to a friend facing the same situation. Would you tell them they are hopeless or that they can improve? Usually, you would be more supportive, which can help you shift your own self-talk to be more balanced. Keeping a journal of your self-talk during different moments can reveal recurring patterns. Write down what you think and how you feel. Over time, you'll notice specific thoughts that are distorted and the situations that trigger them. This awareness is the first step toward changing your mental habits. Once you recognize these distortions, you can work with a coach or sports psychologist to replace them with more realistic and encouraging thoughts. For example, change, I must never make mistakes, to making mistakes is part of learning and getting better. Developing positive self-talk scripts is a practical way to counteract negative thoughts. Before a game, remind yourself, I am prepared and capable, instead of dwelling on doubts. Use pre-performance routines to check your thoughts and catch negative patterns early. Mindfulness techniques can also help you observe your thoughts without judgment. When you notice a negative or distorted thought, acknowledge it and then reframe it into a more helpful perspective. This process builds mental resilience and keeps you focused on what you can control. By actively working to recognize and challenge cognitive distortions in your self-talk, you can boost your confidence, reduce anxiety, and perform at your best when it matters most.